Hey there, it's Denise again, money mindset mentor and author and creator of the Money Bootcamp. Welcome to the replay audio of my live webinar, The 5 Strategies to Upgrade Your Money Mindset. Now this week, I have been sharing tons of free videos with you to really help you have a big breakthrough with your money. I've worked with thousands of women all around the world to help them release money blocks and overcome negative money beliefs. And on this webinar, I'm going to share with you my 5 top strategies that work right now to help you upgrade how you think and feel about money, because these simple tweaks can totally change your life and business. The webinar replay will start shortly and you're going to get a ton of gold out of this. Now, without further ado, here are my 5 strategies for upgrading your money mindset. Enjoy.
So, as I said, this is 5 strategies to upgrade your money mindset. And some of this will be new to you and some of it won't be. I really want to make sure that the biggest message that I always have for you is that the basics work when you work the basics. And there is no silver bullet that you need to know. And you're enough where you are, okay? There's always more to learn for sure, but there's no dramatic, new things. All right. So you're probably here because, like me, you felt the calling to do something bigger and you felt that real calling happening now. You want something to shift in your life and business. So you might be one of 2 places, and this is where I was in January. I felt the calling. I wanted to serve more people. I felt the calling to be more of an activist in the world through my work. So I was like, I've got this calling to do something big. But at the same time, I was like, but I want to have a family and I want to have a life and I want to go to the beach occasionally and I don't want to stress myself out and all this kind of stuff, right? So you might be here going, which one do I do? And here's the new calling for all of us. It's about both. We're allowed to have both. We're allowed to have the big calling, but it can be in a way that works for all of us and it creates richness in our life, not stress and burnout, because that's the old way of doing things. You might be shedding a skin at the moment and wondering how it all works and you don't quite know how it's going to be, and that's okay. This is why we're coming together in these spaces to make sure that we're doing this together and it's not going to be scary. I'm here to share with you some information today to help you, but also to tell you a bit about bootcamp. So who is my work for and who is this webinar for? It's for women with really big hearts who want to help people, but also make money. And not either or, not I want to help people, but I can't make money out of it. Or I want to make money, but that means I have to give up helping people. It's for women like us with big hearts, which is great because that's the card I pulled today for us. Heart healing. And some of us need that. We need to heal what's inside so we can serve more people. We can heal our blocks and our fears so we can help more people. Now, who is this? Who is my work not for? Who is it also for in terms of professions? You might think, I work for myself or I'm in this particular profession. I serve entrepreneurs. I serve healers of all kinds. We've got amazing healers in the Lucky Bee community, coaches, speakers, professionals of every kind, teachers, consultants, dreamers, stay-at-home moms, people in jobs, whatever. But it's anyone who really has that desire to change the world and to help other people and to have a nice life doing it. And don't worry if you don't have a massive, big calling or you think that you have to have this massive, big mission. The new way is richness. It's not about big for big's sake. It's about creating richness and freedom for you. So my work is not for dudes necessarily. That does not mean that men can't participate or learn from me in the Lucky Bee community. I mean those like bro dudes who honestly do not respect women in the entrepreneurial space. People who are closed-minded skeptics. Open-minded skeptics, we love. I love skeptics. I am a skeptic myself in lots of ways, but closed-minded skeptics, not for you. And that's fine. If that's not for you, you can hang up, let someone else take your place on the call. I am not about get-rich-quick seekers. This work is internal work. It's mindset work. It's deep work. It's not about making money for money's sake, and it's not about getting rich quick. so you can, I don't know, do bad stuff with your money. That's none of us, by the way. I know that. And also, my work is not for Debbie Downers. I am a learned optimist, as in I've learned to be an optimist. I always see the positivity in life, and I try and spread that. And I want people in our community to be like that as well. So if you're a Debbie Downer, my work is probably not for you, because I will annoy you, because I'm like a reverse paranoid, and I teach that as well. Today we're covering, as I said, 5 strategies to upgrade your money mindset. And I want to give you some practical stuff and some mindset stuff as well. And make sure you stick around at the end, because yes, we're going to be opening Money Bootcamp, but with a webinar only special. So make sure you stick around, and also stick around at the end too, because I've got a bunch of Q&A stuff for you. We'll let the comments go crazy, and I'm here to support you, and I'm here to help. This is my mission in life. I want to be useful, and I want to help you. As a Virgo, that's like my reason for being, is to be useful and helpful. Inspiring is good. I don't mind being inspiring, but above all, I want to be useful and helpful. Okay. So as I said, stick around for a special offer and a Q&A. And I'm really mean this, a really special offer that I never do ever, and it's only for a very small amount of people. But everyone on the webinar, you can also get some cool stuff too. Okay, so here's the big problem. Women are playing small right now, and through no fault of our own. Don't think that I'm blaming us or shaming us. This isn't about that at all. But we are playing small in our communities right now. And I have been playing small. I'll really admit that. Even though, yes, I have a successful business, I know that I have been keeping my heart closed to serving more women and to really stepping up in my truth and what I'm on this planet to do. That does not mean that everyone has to be big, as in very, very visible, or have a massive business, or do things that are outside your comfort zone. But you might know in yourself that you have been hiding. You've been hiding. As Fabian Fredrickson says, you've been hoarding your brownies from the world. You've been holding them and not letting anyone even see them, smell them, let alone eat them, right? So we are all playing smaller than we should right now. And that is true whether, as I said, you've got a big business or a small business. We all need to step up, and the planet needs us right now to do that. Not just around visibility, but around money. And so we've been playing small around money, and we've been holding ourselves back when it comes to money as well. Now, I'm just going to quickly just turn off my fan. I just realized that was on. Wait one sec. Okay. We've been playing small when it comes to money, and this is what the planet needs right now, for us to step up and play a bigger game when it comes to money. And again, that does not mean being a millionaire if you don't want to be a millionaire. It doesn't mean doing things that are scary for you, like, oh, okay, go invest in the stock market. That's not about that at all. It's about creating financial independence for you and your family, so you can do what you're meant to do in the world, whether that's have more children and expand your family, travel, share your business with more people, write a book, for example. And I just got word today, and it's not signed, but I've just got a revised offer. We've been negotiating for my 3rd book. And this is a book about business and about, creating amazing things in your life. And hopefully, and this is with my dream publisher, because I knew it was time for me to step up in a different way. It was time for me to stop playing small. So that's exciting news. I'll share with you guys really soon, hopefully. But here's the other thing that's really a huge problem for us, is that we haven't been taught to be rich. We haven't been taught that it's okay for us to talk about money. We haven't been taught that it's okay for us to have more money than we need. That's the biggest thing, right? Have more money than we actually need. And a lot of people feel really uncomfortable with excess money. And this is something that, thanks Vodafone. This is something that women feel really uncomfortable about, having more than we need. I see it in boot camp all the time, where people start to sabotage themselves in different ways. And you might have seen the sabotage PDF that we sent out the last couple of days. And one of those is spending money until it's all gone, or not allowing yourself to have excess money in terms of savings or a financial cushion or building a strong foundation, because we're not taught that it's okay for us to have money. That's a huge problem for all of us. Okay, and here's the other problem. I don't mind saying this. Being in business some days is freaking terrifying. It's terrifying. Not every day and not everything in business is scary, but it's freaking horrible sometimes having to have money conversations, especially at the start of your business when you're like, I have to set my own prices. Holy shit. How am I going to do this? What am I going to charge? What if they think I'm a bitch? It's really scary. So I just want to acknowledge that. And I still sometimes, when I was speaking to one of my biz friends last night, she goes, how's it going? And I said, I'm working on slides for my webinar and I hate slides. And she's like, yeah, it sucks. I hate slides too. But it's not even that. It's the stuff at the start of your business when you have no people around you. You don't have a business bestie. You don't have a mentor, or you don't have good people around you. Maybe, you're surrounded by a poverty mindset right now, and you don't have anyone to talk to about all those scary but normal feelings. And that is a huge problem, because you're going to feel alone. You're going to feel like a black sheep in your family or your friendship group or your mastermind. You're going to feel greedy. You're going to feel like a big old bitch if you have to set any type of boundary. And you're probably going to be scared back into your old corporate life, or scared into submission, or scared into hiding. And that's what we do. We get scared and we just hide, and we think, oh no, it's a sign from the universe. We're not meant to be successful. You are meant to be successful. You have to move forward with the fear, and you have to have structures around you. You have to have a mentor. You have to have a great mastermind. You have to have tools to deal with that scary stuff, because it ain't going away. And here's the final problem, really, the biggest problem, is that having money blocks will derail you if you don't have something to help you deal with them. I have money blocks. I work on my money blocks all the time. I'm constantly working on my money blocks, because that's what it takes. But if you don't have the tools, things like we teach in boot camp, obviously, if you don't have a community around you, if you don't have a great mentor, they will derail you, and they'll send you right back to hiding out. And as I said, we've all got money blocks. I've got money blocks. I deal with them all the time. I work on them all the time, because that's what it takes. Today is the day, by the way. And today is the day because, I do, as I said, I'm just going to say it, I do have a really great opportunity for you to come and join Money Boot Camp live, which is a live round of boot camp that we never do. And I'm really excited, because today is the day that we get to release this to the world. So the problem, though, of that big money block problem, this is how it might be manifesting for you at the moment. I'd love for you to type this in as well. How are your money blocks manifesting for you at the moment? For a lot of people, it's not charging at all. So you don't even have your first client. You have 0 clients because you cannot charge for what you do. Maybe you're not charging enough yet. And so you're feeling like you're broke, you're burning out, you feel like you're working, but you're not making enough money to sustain you and create that freedom that you really want. Maybe you're doing things like discounting or bartering. That's a big thing we talk about. Or maybe you're really in that space of over-delivering, giving of your heart all the time, but you're not receiving enough in return, and you're really undercharging. So all that stuff often manifests from people with really big hearts, people who just want to give, and they feel really guilty receiving anything in return. That is a huge problem for our planet, because if it's really time for women to rise up collectively, make friends with money, have purchase power, shape the world the way that we want to shape it, it's a massive problem if heart-centered people stay small in that new world. Because who would you rather have money? Greedy people are always going to have money. Rich, greedy people are always going to have money in some way. But the opportunity now is also for heart-centered people to have more money. And if you look around at your friends and your beautiful mastermind buddies, or your beautiful business friends, or the people in your community, the healers and wonderful people in your community, wouldn't you want them to have more money? And wouldn't you know in yourself that you would actually make a really beautiful conscious, rich woman who would give money and help others and do all that cool stuff? Of course you would. And that's the opportunity for all of us, is that when we get over this problem of money blocks, then we can create amazing things in our life, and we can create amazing things for the planet too. Okay, so what that does leads for a lot of women. Oh, awesome. I'll have the comments up. Thanks, Mark. It's great having a wingman. The big problem I'm seeing at the moment is people are quitting their businesses in droves. They're feeling really disempowered around money. They're burning out. They're hiding. They're getting really resentful, and they're in this feast or famine mode. So who's in a feast or famine mode at the moment? I'd love to hear that. Me! Kat, Diana, Jen, famine. Yes. Okay. Lots of people. Well, this sucks. This is what I'm here to help you with. This sucks. You don't need to be in feast or famine anymore. It's not cool. It's not cool. What we want to get to is a beautiful foundation where we're not like this anymore, but it's like, and then you'll still have ups and downs, as in you'll still have launches, or you'll have times where cash flow is a little bit tighter and you have to, do something or launch something again. But I want you to get to a place, yeah, it sucks. Everyone's like, yes, it does suck. Yes, it does suck. Yes, space to breathe. Space to breathe. So you can create from that place. And let me tell you, I'm just going to move Fortuna out of the way. Let me tell you, when you have space to breathe, that's when the real magic starts to happen in your life. You start to have ideas, creativity. You can help more people. You can do something like write a book. Who wants to write a book? So much easier to do that when you have a strong foundation, when you feel safe and have breathing space. Okay, lots of people want to write books. Okay, this is awesome. Oh, okay, I don't mind my income going up and down, but I'm so over my heart and faith in myself going up and down. Yeah, that's a huge problem. Oh my God, yes. You don't want your things, you to be like, I feel good about myself. Oh, I feel shit about myself. I feel good about myself. That's not what we want to do. There's so much power when we can have that breathing space and create a really strong foundation. And it is possible. And this is what I love teaching. And I love helping people to heal those money blocks, so you can create that strong foundation to breathe from. Okay, so I just want you to take a moment. You can close your eyes if you like. What would your life be like without your money blocks ruling your life and finances right now? Just take a moment to breathe into it. What would life be like without your money blocks ruling your life and business right now? Settled, calm, healthy, amazing, at peace, without all the worry and fear. Less worry, more free, spirited feeling, relieved, freedom, peaceful, in flow, secure. Because I don't want to, even though it says what would life feel like without your money blocks, you're still going to have your money blocks. And this is why you're going to be working on them forever, for sure. But what would life be like without it ruling your life? That's the question, without it ruling your life. Liberty, spectacular, free. And I almost think, what would you do? Would you go traveling? Would you write that book? Would you actually step into your real, true calling of your work? Because maybe you're half in, half out at the moment. You're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but you're scared. That's really, really normal. I would have a Starbucks latte and not feel guilty about the money. That's like, it's not about the big stuff, is it? Sometimes it's about the small stuff. It's about living a life on a daily basis that feels really authentic to you, that feels good to you, that feels abundant. I really doubt sustainable eco-housing. I was going to say, I really doubt that our community is going to go out with our first $1 million and blow it all. And there was a guy in our town, by the way, like a billionaire who lived locally. He went out and bought a private jet, a helicopter, all these houses, 3 Lamborghinis, like all this stuff. And he blew it in a couple of years. And the weird thing is, it's like, hey, maybe just fly first class first. See how you like that. Don't buy a freaking plane. And I really doubt that our community is like that. Look at these little things are coming up. I'd pick up the check sometimes. I would go to Bali. I would travel. So our community, when we have that stability and that freedom, we start to help others. Who wants to donate money to charity or do more work that empowers other people? Buy a cute dress without fear. Quit my day job. Like, imagine how much benefit the planet would have for all of us being able to quit the stuff that we don't want to do anymore. That's the opportunity that we have for ourselves. And I don't mind telling you, like, life is really freaking awesome with money. And it's so not about spending heaps of money. I really have a cheap taste. I really do. But you know what I loved being able to buy? This is so symbolic for me. I love these pens. They're $5 a pen, which is not an expensive pen. Obviously, you can buy a Mont Blanc pen that's like $1,000. But I remember thinking, wow, these pens are $5. But I love writing with these pens. So wealth to me is about being able to buy these $5 pens because they write so beautifully. You know, as retire my husband, help the homeless, never look at price of things on a menu, be able to choose what you want, have discernment and not just make decisions based on price. So without your blocks being sorted or without your money blocks ruling your life, you can charge what you're worth, you can grow your business, you can upgrade your life, you can help more people, and you can really live your potential. You can really become more of who you really are, is what I wanted to say. More of who you really are. And that is about the money, and it's not about the money, because the money is just symbolic for that stuff. It's really about creating freedom for you to choose what you want in your life, freedom to choose the things that are important to you, freedom just to make those choices. That's, I think, what most of us in this community are really looking for, is the freedom more than the money. And obviously the money brings us freedom, but it's probably not as much money as you think. You know, you don't have to be a millionaire to feel free. You really don't. And I'll talk about a little bit about that too. I just want to share some of the things I asked in my money boot camp last night. And I just said, hey guys, I'm doing a webinar tomorrow. I'd love to give some examples of what you have, you know, done with the lessons of the boot camp. And it was such a long thread, and I loved it. But I love some of these things of, like, I manifested my dream home. I had my first 6-figure month, but it's like I was able to do these things. I cleared my blocks. I was able to have my first 10K launch. I was able to buy a house. I was able to change my mindset of what was possible for myself. I was really amazed to see how many people had done their dream house through releasing their money blocks. That was really interesting as well, because I think it's just that freedom to choose what you really, really want. And for some people, they didn't even think that was possible for themselves. So I'm going to share a few of these little nuggets from my boot campers as we go. But I want to share this with you. This is a picture of me in my first home away from home. So I moved out of home when I was 18. I couldn't wait to start my life. I moved to the big city to go to university to do a business studies degree. And I lived in a laundry shed. So this little room used to be a laundry shed. My friend Jo, she moved to the big city and she moved into this share house that had an outdoor bathroom, by the way. This is like 1998. This is not like, you know, turn of the century, like last century. And there was, yeah, I did. Oh my God, yes, the room was blue. How funny is that? So she said, there's a room available, but it's like the starter room of the house, right? It was $50 a week, and I lived in this laundry shed, and it was outside the house, by the way. You had to go outside the house. But guess what? It was next to the outdoor toilet. It was next to our only toilet. So it was like I was actually closer than everyone else. That is a water heater on the outside, and in between is my milk crates that I kept all my clothes in. And that leopard print thing was a coat that I bought from the thrift store for like $10. And on the right here, you can see all those papers down below. That is my university homework. And yeah, so I lived in a shed, and the width that you can see was the width of the room. It didn't have a proper window. It had a grate window, like as in grates, and it had clear plastic over the window. It didn't have a proper door. It had like a little mini door that you had to kind of get in, like a little hobbit house. So I just wanted to share that because I did not come from a wealthy family. I did not come from a place where an abundance mindset was the norm. You can clearly see that I dyed my own hair. You can clearly see that because I have orange like hair. But I want you to see a couple other things too. I have no pillow slips on those pillows, and it makes me really fucking sad to think about that, because it wasn't even about the money. It was about what I thought was possible for myself and what I believed I deserved. So this picture, was I happy? That's a really great question. Was I happy? I was happy that I was starting my life. I was happy that I had moved out of home and created something for myself, for sure. But I had very, very low standards for myself. This is what I believed that I deserved and that I was worthy of. To not even have fucking pillowcases on my pillows, and it was a fun time of life in so many ways. When you're at uni, you're broke and you don't really care when you're 19, 20. But I would sit in that room and I would set my goals and I'd have my dream journal. And I would listen to the Spice Girls. Oh my God. Even just listening to the Spice Girls now sometimes takes me back to that time. But I just want to share this because this was very symbolic of how I was treating myself and what I was worthy of. And all those milk crates, by the way, were from the street. Every time we saw a milk crate on the street or a mattress or a couch, I'm sure some of you have been there too, where you're like, hey, someone's thrown out this perfectly good mattress. I'll guard it. You guys come and help me carry it back to the house. Oh God, yes, interesting. But okay, cool. Someone's saying, yep, crying too. I've been there. Yeah. Oh, memory lane. Okay. Oh, Mark sent me a message. Move on. Mark, don't send me messages, please. And about myself now, author of 2 books. I'm a self-made millionaire. I'm a mum of 2 kids, and I'm a money blocks expert. So yes, I have come a long way from those days. But I just want to tell you that I am really good at what I do now. I really help women overcome money blocks. And I walk the talk alongside you. I'm really there in the trenches with you as well. And I don't mind telling you about being a self-made millionaire. I'm okay to claim that. Even, that might not be a goal that you have for yourself. As I said, freedom doesn't cost $1 million. But we've done over $1 million for the last 3 years now. And in the last financial year, we did 2.7 Australian, 2.1 American. And I just tell you that because I live a pretty easy lifestyle. I'm not hustling, I'm not working hard for that money, but I still work on my money blocks. So I share that not to brag, but just to say you can be a millionaire and still work on your money blocks. But also, I have helped a lot of people do this. I've helped, I think we've got about 110,000 people on our mailing list now who get my weekly advice, but and we've had 4,000 people go through our money boot camp. So I just want to share that. And I'm a Virgo, which means I'm really practical and I love being useful. Anyway. That's not always super important. But I had a ton of money blocks. I had them when I was younger. I had them when I was in my 20s. And I had them, and I still have them now. I tried working harder. I tried going on to the motivational seminars. I went and walked on fire with Tony Robbins. I thought, maybe if I just get another certificate, maybe, I'll feel better if I get this, or if I hit that next milestone, or if I meditate every day, then I'll be worthy of abundance. And I blamed a lot of external stuff too. I was like, it's the economy. It's it's not my time yet. I'm not smart enough for this. I have an accent. I'm not tall enough. I had a lot of BS excuses, which is really funny because I've got, that's one of actually the boot camp modules is your BS excuses, because I've heard them all about why you can't be rich, because I had them all as well. And nothing really worked for me. I was very ambitious. Even, when I was living in that shed, I was at uni, first person in my family to go to uni, and I became the president of my business club not long after that. So I was really ambitious. Like a lot of you, I had a big heart to help people, but I could not make money for what I did, and nothing worked for me, for a long time, until I had three major realizations, three big ones. Realization number one: you're allowed to help people and make money, because for a long time I didn't think you could have both. I thought that you could only make money by doing something kind of a bit icky or something you didn't want to do. So my early 20s, I did a lot of businesses that were not really great businesses, or just weren't really aligned to how I really wanted to help people, because I didn't think I could do both. And I'm sure a lot of people, someone's saying if you chase money, it never comes weird. Yes, if you chase money and doing things that out of your integrity or out of your zone of genius, or things you don't really want to do, then money's not going to come as well. So my wife says I make money off the backs of hardworking people. That is the lesson. That is the message what we get from so many sources. It's like, oh, you make money out of the misery of people, or you make money from, when I started my life coaching business, people would say, oh, you're just making money out of people who have no friends, who just like want to pay you to be their friend. I was like, that's not what life coaching is. But that's the big realization that you've got to make at a deep level, that it's okay to make money and help people. And it's okay to help people and make money. It's okay to do both. The second realization is that you don't have to work really, really, really hard to make money. I did this for a long time. I burnt myself out. I refused to delegate. I refused to get support. I pulled all-nighters. I did things outside my zone of genius. I went into businesses that weren't my zone of genius because I felt like I had to work really hard for it. I felt guilty. Sorry, itchy nose. I felt guilty about creating passive income because I felt like I had to work really hard. And obviously this is probably the biggest thing that I hear in boot camp is people have to undo the years of messages that say you can only get things by working hard. And there's a whole lesson in boot camp actually about watching your language and about really uncovering some of those stories that you might have, or mottos that you might have of, you have to work hard. Money doesn't grow on trees. You don't get something for nothing. That is so ingrained in us, is that you have to really, really work hard to make money, which is why that women often resist the path of least resistance. We resist passive income. We resist creating that foundation for ourselves because it has to be hard. We almost recreate that feast or famine mode because it feels like that's what we have to do, or we believe that the muse doesn't show up until the last day of the month, or that we have to have zero money in our bank account before we can be motivated. And that's not true. So that's a big realization that changed everything for me, and it can change everything for you too. The third realization is that boundaries don't make you a bitch. That was huge for me, realizing that I could shape my business the way I wanted to, that I could create boundaries in my life. I could create boundaries around how I earned money and how I showed up and served people. And that was really hard, right? Because a lot of people, especially heart-centered entrepreneurs, we hate setting boundaries because we want to just give, and we feel like we just have to give everything, or it won't count. And that is not necessary anymore. We can create these beautiful sacred containers. So they were my three big realizations, and that's when a lot of things shifted for me. And I just want to show you this photo because we took this, I think it was on Tuesday. No, it was on the weekend. We went for a beautiful walk with our family. George is asleep in the pram. And I was like, wow, this is richness. This is richness. And I want everybody to have this new philosophy of richness. It's like, it's not about the money, but money helps you to create that freedom, and then you can create a life of richness. So for me, this was richness. It was being able to walk along this beautiful path. It took us like an hour and a half to do it, and not stress and not worry about how we're going to pay the bills or how we're going to show up. and help people. You know, it's just not there for us anymore where we're stressing about these things. And that's what I want for you as well, that richness of life. Our family motto is freedom, adventure, and abundance. That's been our family motto since Mark and I got together. When he was 19, I was 23. Yes, I'm a cradle robber, a cradle snatcher. We spoke about creating that from day one when we first got together, all those years ago in 2003. That is our family motto: freedom, adventure, and abundance. And what's your family motto? Do you have one, or are you living your family of origins motto that you have to work hard to make money, or you have to suffer, or you're not allowed to do what you want to do? Change, adventure, and fun. What happens when you have no altruistic justification for what you love to do? That's okay as well. It's okay to bring joy and beauty to people. It's not all like, you can't, that whole thing about helping people, making money, it doesn't have to be like this super noble calling. You can create abundance by making really cute purses for people, or cute earrings. People want beauty and joy in their life as well. So maybe it's about bringing joy to people. Motto at the moment, it's all too hard. Time for a new one. Time for a new one. Our family motto, if you get abundance, you'll lose it. Stay small. That's a great family motto. Go. Same shit, different day. Isn't this funny? All this ingrained stuff that we're dealing with. Same shit, different day. Don't raise your head above the parapet. You might make yourself a target. Yes, isn't this funny? All this stuff that is being taught to us. Our family motto growing up, the thing that my mum said more than anything else was, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. And for me, I made that mean you can't set boundaries. You have to be everything to everyone. That you shouldn't have big dreams, because it's more important just to be nice and go along with the flow. So what is yours? And I asked in the boot camp too, again, what's the best thing that you've been able to do from being able to clear those money blocks, and what's important to you? So Anne Charles was saying about how she wanted to travel the world speaking. That's one of the goals she set on boot camp. She said, I write this from New Zealand, having done 2 weeks in Australia already. I've been to Latvia and Germany for work already this year, with Oman, the Netherlands, and Germany already on the books. So that freedom and adventure is so possible for you when you deal with your money blocks. I love Sarah's thing of completely shifted my life. I'm debt free. Oh my God, that's freedom. Live in the home I envision, prioritizing my self-care, investing in what makes me feel vibrant, present, fulfilled, doing work I love, giving value, honoring my values. This is richness, being able to show up and serve people, and having abundance for yourself as well. Okay, so here are the 5 strategies. Define what freedom means to you right now. And here's the caveat on this, right? It's not just about this big vision for way down the future. I want you to think of what it means for you right now, because it might mean for you at the moment of an extra couple of $100 a week. Okay, so it's not like there's this hurdle that you have to overcome and you can only get freedom when you have $1 million in the bank. That's not what it is. The really important strategy is to define what freedom means to you right now. Is it quitting your job? Is it going part-time at your job? Is it getting your first client so you can feel like, oh my God, I can do this. I can do this. I can make my own money. What does that mean to you right now? For me, this has always been the freedom to choose how I work, when I work, who I spend time with, what I do with my life. I was the ultimate clock watcher at work. I don't know if those of you who are in jobs at the moment, it was torture doing that stuff. Clear credit card debt, have a bit more fun, freedom to say no. Yes. So for you, that might be being debt free, making your own money. Honestly, I felt free when I started my business, and I just made enough just so I didn't have to go to my crappy job anymore. That felt so free to me, let alone making more and more money. I was like, travel, adventure, maybe going on a little adventure with your family, being location independent. You don't need to be a millionaire to be location independent, by the way. And also being confident in your ability to make money when you need it. That is freedom. So I want you to define what it is for you right now, what it is for you next, and what it is for the future. Because that is that gives you the opportunity to realize that, oh, I have some control over this right now. I have some control over this right now that I can do something about it. Not, well, I'm just going to sit here and feel trapped until I have $1 million in the bank and then I will feel free. It's like, no, you've got to define what that would feel for you right now. How could I feel more free in my life right now? That could be that you have to set a boundary. It could be that you have to get over your money block so you can get your next client, so you can, quit your job. Define what it is for you next. Maybe that is, being debt-free could be your next goal, or paying off that credit card. But then what is it for the future? And you've got to almost have, it's like you need 3 eyes, because I always used to say to people, keep one eye on now and one eye on the future. But you kind of need 3. You need 3 eyes. You need one eye for now, one eye for what's next, and then I guess it's your third eye. And it's like, what is it for the future? And that's where you've got to have the keeper of the flame for it. So right now, debt-free. Next, steady income for my own products. Future, constant leveraged income. Yes. Right now, if I could create an extra $6,000 in income, that would be a game changer. I want to make $1,500 a month. For some of you, it is literally like $200, extra. Future, retire my husband, have a passive income. I love it. Okay, so that's what I want you to think about is now, next, future. Debt-free, take a paycheck, travel with no money worries. Have my husband retire is a big one for a lot of us. It's good. It has its ups and downs. Let me share with you. But oh my God, the freedom for that is amazing. Okay, so I just want to share some of the freedom stuff of Maria said she's just been made redundant and thrilled. Now I can focus on my real work. That is freedom. Thanks to Bootcamp, I've got money in the bank. I'm not freaking out, not looking for another job. Claire, on a similar thing, I was able to leave my corporate career and transition full-time into my healing business. That is freedom, being able to do what you want to do. Kat said, I've already paid off one mortgage. She's already paid off one mortgage. Kat, that's freaking amazing. And I bought my dream car paying cash. That is freedom, being debt-free. And the funny thing is, I actually just asked this last night. This is a thread from last night in the boot camp. And these 3, it was like perfectly articulated freedom, being able to focus on your real work, have money in the bank, leave your job, transition full-time into your healing business, being debt-free, paying off mortgage, having trust. I love it. It's like it was meant to be. But yeah, these are real people from the boot camp, and this is stuff that's happening right now for them, which is kind of cool. Okay, number 2. Second strategy is start upgrading your life now. Don't wait for the money to come. You've got to start doing that now. We actually focus a lot about this in boot camp. One of the first exercises we get you to do is an inventory of your entire life. And we get you to mark, is it economy, premium economy, business class, or first class? And we look at very symbolic things and we look at very big things as well. And this is where you start to build that foundation of freedom. It's not going to happen that you're going to win the lottery or have this massive big windfall necessarily. Things like that start happening for sure when you clear your money blocks. But it's going to happen incrementally. And that's when you build that really strong foundation so you can start moving forward. And you got to start small where you're at. So I just want to share this picture because I filmed the new bootcamp videos in this beautiful house that I hired. And I didn't want to do it in my house because I wanted to go away and be away from my kids. Those of you who are parents, you understand. I was like, it's really like, it's not a holiday if I have to film all day and then be mum at night. So I went away, got on a plane, hired this beautiful house. But you know what? The first version of the boot camp was me in my little spare room at my little apartment filming on an iPad. And I bought a little wallpaper thing and I stuck it behind me. So that's the power of upgrading. You start where you're at, you start small, and then you upgrade to the next level in all areas of your life. And that's what we help you to do in boot camp. So a question for you. The underwear that you are wearing right now, is it economy class, premium economy, business class, or first class? I want you to write that in because this is really symbolic for the rest of your money stuff often. Oh, someone said, oh dear, economy with holes, economy, but I got reasons. Premium and economy, okay, that's good. Economy, business, low cost business, steerage. 5 years old. I'm wearing Icon panties from the maker of the Thinks panties. I would say they're business class because they're they're not super cheap pants, but they serve a purpose. They're not like super sexy or lacy or that. So they wouldn't, if they brought out ones that are a bit cuter, then it would be first class. But for me, underwear was such a symbolic upgrade. Okay, so NA, not even wearing any. Okay, kind of where I'm at financially. Is there anything lower than economy? Yes. Costco. Okay, cool. This is symbolic for the rest of your money stuff, by the way. This is really symbolic about where you're at with your money and what you're allowing yourself to receive in your life, okay? And this is one of the first exercises of the boot camp, what we call one of our foundational exercises, which, by the way, when you join, you get access to straight away. But to do this inventory, sometimes people are just like, oh, no wonder my money isn't flowing. I'm living in an economy class life in every way, small ways and large ways. And the trick is, and this is what we help you to do, is to feel good where you're at and upgrade to the next level as well. And the undies, the underwear, the panties, whatever you call them, it's just symbolic for where you're at, and you can totally change it. It's really, really common. So it sounds like a lot of people are living in economy class, and this is what happens. It's not going to happen to you that someone's going to tap you on the shoulder and go, we're going to move you to first class. You upgrade yourself, and you do it incrementally, but you make that conscious choice to upgrade yourself. So a lot of us are in that space. Start with what you have right now, and we help you with that. Okay, third strategy, set beautiful boundaries. Yes, beautiful boundaries. Boundaries can be beautiful. I want you to think of one boundary that you need to set right now that could open up space for lots of stuff for you. It could be chasing clients who owe you money, right? And I mean, even people have said in here, I want to manifest the money to come and join boot camp. Set some boundaries with some people in your life, and that the flow will come. I'm sure there are people listening who have clients who owe you money, and all it takes is sending an email. You might have clients who you constantly over-deliver to. You're giving of yourself so much, and they're not even grateful. And all you have to do is just set some boundaries around your time or your expertise. You might need to set some boundaries around actually charging in the first place to people. Actually charging full stop. Not even charging like a massive amount for what you do, just charging full stop you might be struggling with. So setting boundaries is such a beautiful strategy for increasing the flow of abundance into your life. You might think it's like a chicken or egg thing. It's like, well, when I have the money, then I'll feel confident to set boundaries. And it's like, oh, this is funny. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, no, it didn't come up. I've got sometimes pop-ups that come up on my phone, and one just came up and said, congratulations on selling 1 million copies of your book. You're a publishing superstar, which is really cool because just let me adjust this bra. Sorry. Boundaries. I need some beautiful boundaries around my boobs. A little pop-up came, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, considering I've just been offered a book contract. Yay. What boundary do you need to set right now to start that flow of abundance? And you look for really symbolic things, by the way, symbolic things that are going to help you. Boundaries really rock. They really rock, and they can help you make more money, definitely. And they don't have to be scary. And I can help you a lot with that. We obviously can't, talk about it tons here, but we talk about it a lot in the boot camp. Elaine says, my life is 100% better now that I no longer work night and day. That's a huge boundary for way less than I'm worth. That's a huge boundary. And it's all from changing my mindset using the Money Boot Camp. Nira said, I actually doubled my income, sustained it for 2 years. I doubled my rate. Your pricing is a boundary. It's a beautiful boundary. It doesn't mean you have to price crazy amounts. It still has to feel in integrity for you. But most of us, I'm guessing, could put some boundaries around our prices and to actually increase our capacity for more there. And Marcella says, I launched a mini course last April, hoping to sell 5. I did all the clearings, aligned my energy, and sold 25. Boot camp is a constant for me, a system I follow religiously. And you need to kind of be in that space to be able to set those boundaries all the time, because it feels scary. otherwise. So someone saying actually charge friends for the work that I do for them. Yes, I understand. Okay, 4, say yes to opportunities. A couple of years ago, it wasn't when I was living in a shed, but I was living in the grown-up version of the shed. I was living in an apartment that Mark and I actually owned, right? So that sounds like, oh, but you owned your own house. We only owned it because of the pre-financial crisis when banks were giving mortgages to anybody. They should not have given us a mortgage. We got 104% mortgage. So our mortgage was more than the house was worth, by the way. And I remember being in that space and thinking, I'm stuck in a job. I really want to just help people. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to make money. I didn't know why I was feeling so blocked and resistant all the time. And I remember an opportunity came to work with a coach. And it was £5,000, which is probably about $7,000. And I remember feeling the yes. It was like, Denise, you have to do this. You have to do it. And I actually went and got a bank loan for it, which I don't always recommend that you do, by the way. In fact, I think there's easier ways to manifest money to do the things you want to do. But I was like, I have to do this. And I said yes to that opportunity. And even though the business I started from working with that coach wasn't the business I have today, this was my Raw Brides business, working with the beautiful Karen Nola, I said yes to that opportunity. And I could feel the calling of it. And I was like, I'm going to make this money. I'm going to find this money no matter what. I'm going to step forward in faith and I'm going to say yes to this opportunity. And sometimes things like that, that's when you're at that crossroads, right? Am I going to do this or do this? And opportunities come up and you have to say yes to them. And this isn't like a sneaky NLP technique of like, yes, and you have to say yes to boot camp. But if boot camp is something that is in your calling or you feel like it's destiny for you to do it, I had tons of comments in our free workshop about people saying, I feel like I've been led to this right now. I feel like you're talking right to me and I feel like it's divine guidance that I'm listening to you right now and that boot camp is coming up right now. And I'm like, cool, say yes to it. I'm not being a sleazy marketer here, but it's like we're doing a live round of boot camp. It starts next week, starts on Monday next week, and we're about to open registrations soon. It's not open officially yet, but you've got to say yes to opportunities that come up for you. If you feel that calling, don't wait for, I don't know, the stars to align. You say yes. That's how you upgrade yourself. You say yes to it. You don't wait for someone to tap you on the shoulder and make it happen for you. You have to say yes to it. Even when it's scary, by the way, even when it's scary. And when you feel like you're maybe not ready, it's like you put your hand on your heart and say, I am ready. It's my time. I'm ready for the next step. Okay, and step number 5 is to reconnect to your why. Reconnect to the passion that you have for your life and your business. What is that for you? What is your why? And it doesn't have to be a super noble cause. Your why could be bringing joy to people. It could be an internal why. It could be to have freedom for my family or to raise a beautiful family or to show up how I want to be in the world. Or it could be, to bring joy to people or to transform people's lives or to heal people from their blocks or to heal them from things that are holding them back. So reconnect to your why. And I've done it recently. I've really reconnected to my why of why I'm here on the planet. And it is not to be the guru, the only one who teaches money mindset, but I've got something to say. I've got tools that I can help people with. And I want to make sure that I'm here on the planet to show up and share that with people. So reconnect to that why for yourself. Why is it important for you to show up right now? Why is it important to step forward and to receive money for what you do? Maybe there's a book that is in your heart that you have to write because you're so passionate about that topic. Maybe there is a product or a service that you want to create that you know would help people. Maybe it's to create freedom for yourself so you can actually do charity work or to do a mission like that. What are you on the planet to do? I think a lot of us collectively at the moment are just here to rise up together and to show up and to live a beautiful life and role model that to other people and to make the world a better place. You know, and it can be really simple. It doesn't have to be a big mission. We don't have to all be Oprah because there's only one Oprah, but we can contribute to the vibe of the planet. And I think that's what we're all here to do right now, is to contribute. So I'm on the planet to lead a fulfilled, creative, and abundant existence that spreads joy to every person I encounter. I help people write books. Oh my God, that is such a yes, when they come into me, they have treasure they want to share. I help people communicate effectively. I empower women to empower women. Oh, I'm starting an etiquette business that will help children and adults. I love that. I want everyone to feel like they can sing. That is huge, right? It's because it's more than singing. It's their voice. I'm on this earth to end prematurity and to help women have healthy pregnancies, to teach 1 million women how to balance their hormones naturally, to create lifelong memories for brides and grooms, to help managers to become real leaders. I'm here to help people understand the value of play. Oh my God, we're here to do some really good stuff. And at the moment, because we're being small, we're not really showing up how we need to show up. So a question for you: what amount of money would you need to really change your life at the moment, and to really start stepping forward into what you're here to do? What amount of money would you need to change your life now? Not next and not for the future, but now. So, okay, $5,000, $75,000. It could be $300 a week. It could be an extra $100 a week to pay for a cleaner or a babysitter or a weekly massage. It's not always about the big numbers. Sometimes it's about the small numbers as well. So get specific. What amount of money would you need to change your life right now? Okay, so that was the question for you. How much money would it cost to have a cleaner for your house? Retire your husband? Have you worked out how much that would cost? And it's not necessarily even about replacing their income, because money that you earn for yourself and money that you create from freedom, at the start, it doesn't need to be a one-to-one replacement. Most people need to make more money in their job, not even just to cover the mortgage, but to, like, I know for me, I used to buy things that I didn't need because I was miserable. So I actually needed less money, because freedom bucks go further than work bucks, if that makes sense. But how much would it cost to support your favorite charities right now? Not in the future when you give them $1 million, but right now. Maybe to help your parents or to create beauty or ease in your life. Mark and I are really proud that the abundance that we've created in our business means that we can help our families. We can support our mums. Both of our mums were single parents, and it feels really good to be able to support them financially. And so they don't have to go and take on shitty jobs that they don't want to do. They can choose what they do with their time right now. That's a real blessing. But how much money that is for you, and I really want you to get clear on that, because clarity is a really good first step. Okay, so a question for you. Another question for you. With your giant heart, because I know you've got a big heart, I know you have a desire to change the world, to help people, and change the world in small ways and change the world in big ways. Trust me, you have all the intelligence that you need. You don't need another certificate. You're totally smart enough right now. You're just ambitious enough for what you want to create. You don't have to be more or less ambitious. It's a perfect amount of ambition. With all your creativity and your drive and your giant heart and your desire and all that kind of stuff, with all of that for you, why hasn't it happened for you yet in the way that you want to? Why aren't you really living that dream life yet? What's stopping you? What's holding you back? Because honestly, you have everything you need. Some women start to go, but I'm not smart enough, or I don't have enough certificates, or I need to change my accent first, or I need to lose weight first. Imagine that you have everything that you need already. You've got the ambition, you've got the talent, you've got the blah, blah, blah. Why is it? Okay, so I hold myself back, fear, sabotage myself, afraid. Oh my God, I'm afraid too. I'm scared as well all the time. Tired. I'm so tired. I'm terrified. Lack of planning, procrastination, not enough time. Yes, they're all big ones. I'm really scared. What if my answer is I don't know? That's okay as well. I think some people come to my work knowing that they have money blocks, and some people come knowing that there's something that's holding them back. Other people have got like just this vague feeling of, I don't know why it hasn't happened for me yet, and I'm really freaking frustrated. And the answer to all of that is you have to deal with your money blocks. You have to deal with your money blocks, and you have to deal with the mindset stuff that's holding you back. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming your lack of certification or your, I don't know, your intelligence or your weight. Stop blaming your weight. So many of us have done that. We're like, but I'm too fat to be rich. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough to be rich. I'm not ready, or whatever it is for you. It's all your excuses, and what it really is your mindset. It really is. So other things that could be holding you back, the people around you, as in, you know, listening to poverty mentality. It could be old beliefs running the show. You could be stuck in old patterns. You don't believe that it's possible. And you're scared, which obviously came up a lot. Worthiness. Yes, I've definitely blamed my weight. What right do I have to be more successful than others who work harder than I do? That's like so many blocks in one, isn't it? Right? It's like, I can't outshine other people. There's like some boundary stuff there, and it's like I have to work really hard and I have to be worthy of it. That's perfect. I think that just sums up money blocks in one go, right? And I think so many of us resonate and relate to that one. At this stage, my daughter is more important. It's suffocating. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to show the process that we go through in boot camp, because it really is important to see like the internal journey that we go through. We always start with all the internal stuff, right? It's what is holding me back? What are the beliefs and things in my life that are holding me back right now? This is where we get free and clear. This is where it's like you go, oh, sometimes you go like this and then you go, don't want to deal with that right now. I'm just going to tie a bow. I'm just going to chuck it in the corner. Let's never look at that again. But this is your way through. You have to look at this stuff that's holding you back. You have to look at it from a really deep way. This is what we help you do. Look at it and from ways and angles that you've never looked at before. Maybe you've never heard of a particular money block before. That's what we help you with, because we've seen it all pretty much by now. And then we go into the mindset stuff around, we call it the lucky bee mindset. But what things do you need to believe about yourself? What things need to be true for you to step forward and take the action that you need to take? Defining your money plan. This is working out what you truly, truly want, how to define freedom for yourself, how to define what it is that you want, how you want to show up in the world. And then we go into action. How do we create big ripples in the world? How do we achieve big results? Then how do we deal with other people's stuff? How do we deal with our partners? How do we deal with our kids? How do we deal with the people around us? And then how do we integrate it all so it becomes a strong foundation for ourselves? This is the process that we go through in boot camp. And every part of this, and I do have a little time to go through some of the modules, but every part of this has practical stuff that we go through. You might think it feels really big and scary right now. It's like this really big, like Pandora's box of, but how do I deal with this stuff, Denise? Remember I said I'm a Virgo? I break everything down into really practical stuff. Now I'm going to run out of, here's a summarize of those 5 steps, by the way. I just want to make sure that you got those 5 down. Define freedom for you right now. What is freedom for you right now? Upgrade your life right now. Get rid of those granny panties. But more than that, find those symbolic things that are holding you back. Very, very small things. As I said, this is the first exercise we do in Money Boot Camp, is we do an inventory of everything in your life. And you'll start to see those patterns. You'll start to see those things that are symbolic for you. But you've got to upgrade your life where you're at right now. And this is what we show you to do. Actually, there's even a module in boot camp about free and low cost upgrades that are very symbolic that can change your life. The next one was to set beautiful boundaries. Say no, but also say yes. Yes, saying yes is also a boundary, but saying yes with a container. Go and chase up money that people owe you. Be okay to charge. Say yes to opportunities. Say yes to come and joining us on boot camp. As I said, I don't mind role modeling what that means to show up and ask and to say to people, I've got something that can help you and here it is, and I want you to come and join us. And then reconnect to your why. This is the thing that's going to reinvigorate your work. But this is why this is important right now. So we can step up and we can create abundance for ourselves and our communities. And I talk about this a lot, about when women are successful, we create amazing things for the planet. We hire other women. We create jobs for people. Even part-time jobs is still a job to somebody. We spread our money around. We buy ethically, and we give money to other people too. So remember, no one's taught you to be rich. You might not have had appropriate role models, and maybe money is a taboo topic for you. So there's no wonder that you've struggled in the past with money, but that doesn't mean that you have to do it now, because the planet needs you. Even if you don't feel like your calling is like planet changing, it does. The planet needs you to be powerful around money, be friends with money, make more money, be a role model for others around money, have good boundaries, be someone who spends their money ethically. The planet needs you, and your potential customers need you as well. So your family needs you to be the keeper of that vision. A lot of people ask me how to retire your husband. You have to be the keeper of that vision, and you have to make it happen. And making money, that's how you do it. Okay, so if you need a mentor to look up to, you need a supportive community around you, because maybe you don't have that positivity around you. Maybe you need tools to deal with your sabotagers, or you need practical help to deal with things like boundaries, setting your prices, raising your prices, really stepping into your business, like practical stuff. Then I can help, and this is the stuff that we help you to do in boot camp as well. So people often ask me, well, why join now? Maybe I can join next year. And you can totally work on your money blocks yourself. You can hope that clients will finally see your self-worth. You can hope for a bailout. You can hope for a windfall, hope for a lottery, win. You can wish that the economy will just magically fix itself, or clients will come to you. You can continue to push through with hard work, because I know everyone in this community, we can work hard, but that's not the way anymore. It's not the way. And you can continue to play small, but the planet needs you right now. And it is your time to step up. And there is a better way, and there is a quicker way to do it. And I can help you.
My name is Denise Duffield-Thomas. I'm the founder of Money Boot Camp, and I've helped thousands of women just like you break through the money blocks that hold you back from living your full potential. And today, I'm inviting you to join me and our community of thousands of amazing women as we work to release our fears, release our negative beliefs around money, step into our power, and create a first-class life and business. It has taken me more than a decade to get to a point where I feel empowered and in control when it comes to money, where I can be comfortable with abundance, and where I know that I'm using my gifts and talents to change the world. And although I never got to be a professional tap dancer, I'm really proud to say that I have a multi-million-dollar business that helps people all around the world. I want to help you shortcut your success so you don't have to learn your money lessons through trial and error, because doing it alone is really hard work. And guess what? It's actually costing you money right now. And not only that, it's costing you your dreams. It's time for you to feel empowered and in control of your money, maybe for the very first time in your life. And I can help. My name is Denise Duffield-Thomas. I'm the founder of Money Boot Camp, and I've helped thousands of women just like you break through the money blocks that hold you back from living your full potential. And today, I'm inviting you to join me and our community of thousands of amazing women as we work to release our fears, release our negative beliefs around money, step into our power, and create a first-class life and business. It has taken me more than a decade to get to a point where I feel empowered and in control when it comes to money, where I can be comfortable with abundance, and where I know that I'm using my gifts and talents to change the world. And although I never got to be a professional tap dancer, I'm really proud to say that I have a multi-million-dollar business that helps people all around the world. I want to help you shortcut your success so you don't have to learn your money lessons through trial and error, Because doing it alone is really hard work. And guess what? It's actually costing you money right now. And not only that, it's costing you your dreams. It's time for you to feel empowered and in control of your money, maybe for the very first time in your life. And I can help. Money Bootcamp is not another useless business course. It's a life-changing, transformational experience that has helped thousands of women break through their money issues for good. I want to introduce you to some of the amazing women who are active members of our bootcamp community so they can share in their own words how upgrading their money mindset has changed their life.
All the things that you learn in the bootcamp you can use again and again, and you just start to incorporate it into your everyday life. So things like upgrading and decluttering, and they just sort of become part of what you do all the time.
And honestly, it was the best investment I've ever made in my business.
I went from a job that was paying me $42 an hour, which I actually thought was an amazing wage, to now people paying me over $3,000 to speak to them for one day.
My business just gets better and better every year. You know, my income doubles. Amazing things have happened.
Denise's method is really good. It's proven. Like, it's proven time and time again. And I absolutely believe in it.
This could be the single biggest catalyst for change in your life and business, and it's been that way for me.
As soon as I signed up for the Lucky Bootcamp, within a week, I signed my first contract for my first client, and my business really started going.
The whole experience of being part of the bootcamp has completely blown my mind. I feel like money now throws itself at me. It's quite incredible. I can align my expectations or my goals to something huge, and it happens. It's real.
The Lucky Bee community on Facebook is a massive plus. In fact, it was one of the driving reasons why I thought, I want more of this.
The Facebook group that Denise has is absolutely brilliant. The support that you're getting there is unlike any other Facebook community I've ever come across.
It's just been great. Like, you just click with people and you learn from each other, and everybody's kind of on this same mindset level.
And you know, it's the group that keeps giving. You know, if you ever have a time that, you know, you're struggling with something, or especially around money, you know, there's someone there that can help and advise.
This is pure A-grade money manifesting mindset, life-changing stuff.
The Lucky Bootcamp isn't just a video training with practical exercises that change your life. No, it's also, the community is as important as the bootcamp itself.
It's time for your new normal to be extraordinary. I'm inviting you to join our community of heart-centered, empowered, and inspiring women. If this is your moment of truth and you're ready to move past your money fears and start earning the money that you really deserve, then come and join us today, because it's your time and you're ready for the next step.